big giant circle of StarCraft 2 love. We put on a tournament, you guys enjoy it, you guys support it, watch, we turn that viewership into more money, we turn that money into another tournament. So that's how the cycle works. Wherever you decide to support, I promise you it is helping to make more StarCraft 2 happen. As we do head into our grand finals of the WardiTV Festival. In the top left-hand side of the map, your world champion of StarCraft 2. Can he add the prestigious event of the WardiTV Festival to his accolades? We'll find out. It's Clem in the top left corner of Oceanborn to start off this series. Bottom right, our red Protoss player. It is going to be from Genji. This is Trap. Oh yeah, alright. So Trap in the bottom right. He's been playing so well this year. It was only a matter of time. When he came back and I saw how good he was, I was like, man, it's only a matter of time before this guy wins a WardiTV event, I was thinking. And this is his chance. First time in the final since then. Excited to see what goes on. OzGuitar, thank you so much for the subscription 6 months in advance. Also one of those September deals, I believe. Thank you so much for taking advantage of that and supporting the stream and supporting it for the next 6 months. Oh, well, you know what? I was actually just going to quit after October. I guess if you're here for the next 6 months, I guess I'm in as well. Ah, crazy. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. As we get this ready to go. SCV just going to nibble up at a probe, and the probe obviously scouting. Seeing an expansion early, everything looking pretty regular here for these first few moments. Nothing too wild just yet. Factory coming in, reactor is on the way. Just going to be having ourselves this probe coming back through. Would love to get just a little bit more info. Just going to move up. Single Marine is going to be there, pushing that probe back. As we look to see what's going on. OzGuitar, I love it. Man drops the 6 month in advance resub, then types for the first time in the chat straight after. That's how you do it, guys. You sub first, talk, Twitch chat later. I was going to say talk crap later, but he didn't really talk shit later. He just talked it all. Thank you so much. Appreciate the sub, mate. As Marine is going to be there. Push the probe around. We do have ourselves the factory coming up, the command center building in, a Cyclone, and a few more Marines coming out as well. Got to be a little careful because Marines on their own obviously do not do too super well against the Stalker. The Stalker can kite for days. Marines get to the high ground there. Don't send the hurt one down initially. Well, Warpgate coming through. The orbital command still taking some damage. Couple probes coming up. The Adept going to go shading by as well. We have ourselves the Adept trying to get up to the high ground initially. Adept and Stalker chilling in the center. Cyclone getting a little grab there. Stalker gathering up as well. See that Cyclone locking on. Just going to be seeing that Stalker going down. The Adept is going to get there. It's going to be a nice little grab as well. A few units getting pushed away. The gateway just going to come down. Just going to be seeing that blink about halfway done. And those few Marines still popping out. Liberator coming through. The factory building up a tech lab. I'm just going to get this on the way. Been following the channel a long time. No worries. Honestly, I don't talk a lot when I watch Twitch myself. I just thought it was kind of funny. Didn't mean to call out or anything. As you have a Marines in the Cyclone going to get the battery. So the battery goes down. Going to be seeing the Stalkers still taking some shots. I mean, this is a Clem classic. Marines in a Cyclone killing the battery on the natural and then going for a huge amount of damage after. It's honestly impressive how often this build seems to just do so much for Clem. Like, I get it, like, it's good and it can work sometimes, but Clem seems to find consistent success with it. And this is where it gets really dangerous. As you're pulling the probes in now, the Stalkers aren't really in position to do anything too dangerous. Clem misses a lift on the Cyclone. He's going to get, if he gets one more Stalker here, that would be huge, but the blink is available as the Marines get in towards those probes. 6 workers going down. Going to get 7, 8 down. Huge amount of damage done early. That's absolutely ridiculous, right? 8 probes going down. Oh, well, there's a mistake for you. Liberator just walks into the natural and actually gets killed without doing anything. And you've seen that +1 attack coming up. Barracks in the attack lab coming through. Next is on the way. Just going to get a little scan there. Observer will go down as well. He's able to grab that one as a few Stalkers coming back the other way. Obviously, he did enough without that Liberator kind of doing anything at all, but imagine that Liberator even just found a couple more workers or kept the Stalkers busy a few more moments. So, yeah, Clem able to do a lot. Maybe could have even done more. A little break from Trap to maybe give him a slight chance to get back into this as the reactor comes up on the starport. Stimpack combat and +1 all continuing up for the moment. Again, that command center coming through as well. Marine Marauder is still producing out. Again, Stim +1 combat all on the way in. Couple of sentries coming through on the side of Trap as well. Charge is still coming up. Our gateway is in production. We do have our factory finishing up a reactor. Water mines coming through. Again, the medevac still building. The Bioforce is going to be there to chase the Observer away as well. It's just going to try and push that back out of there. Stimpack combat +1, all continuing through. And an extra set of gateways over in the main base for the moment as well. Bio gathering up. Tank joining in. A few Stalkers taking some shots. A couple of medevacs still coming through there as well as we continue to head down to the bottom right side of the map. I'm going to shoot. Stalker's taking some damage. Just going to be seeing the rest of this bio coming about as well. Continue to push over to the side. Going to be seeing these Zealots taking a ton of hits. Gonna come through. Sentry gonna get picked off. A couple of these Zealots moving forward as well. So in we go. Just gonna be having the rest of this bio continue to fight. Stalker still taking damage. Zealots taking shots as well. On the other side, the bio coming back through, and another Zealot is going to be in trouble. Widowmine's Bioforce all coming up. Clem, obviously, with that early game start looking so good for him, has put him in a great spot. Widowmine will get rid of a bunch of these Zealots. That's going to make the rest of this army much easier to chew through. He is kind of hurting a little bit on these bio units, and the Zealots get on top of the tanks. Will put some good damage out. These tanks will go down. The rest of the Zealot reinforcements are going to be enough to stop Clem for now, but probably only until Clem gets to more reinforcements very, very soon. Again, Robobay coming out. The Immortal and the Stalkers coming through, +1 attack coming through from Trap as well. Widowmine's getting burrowed as the Zealots will charge up once again. Bang, bang. A couple Zealots go down immediately. This Immortal goes down. Clem clearly has enough to send this one through in his favor. The bio continues over. Sentries and Stalkers all dropping. Zealot up here going to get picked off also. The bio is back onto a few more of those probes. A couple Zealots still dropping. Super battery activating. Another Widowmine shot going for a few more Zealots. Really waiting for Trap to just give up on this one because there's not much else to say. I mean, I guess Clem doesn't exactly have a lot over here, but if he reinforced right now, he's 58 to 21 army supply, so you would imagine that Clem could just push to close this out. And I really do not imagine that we're too far away from seeing that happen, as the medevac and a couple of bio units coming through. The refineries coming up as well. Sets up. Just going to be seeing a couple of units stepping forward as well. Happening down. Just going to be having units continue to gather up. Pistol shells on the way as our bio going to step into this, and a bit of marine action going out towards the prism. Clem is still here, obviously, with a significant advantage as we just have a couple of Widowmines going off. But yeah, these Zealots are going to drop. Clem is going to end up taking this game one convincingly in the end. I mean, Trap is really holding on for dear life, and he's really making the most of some of these engagements, but again, it's just such a massive hurdle to come over. When you lose that amount of probes that early in the game to Clem's first attack, I mean, you're always going to have trouble from there on out, and that's pretty much exactly what's just happened here, that there's not really been much of a turnaround in the game. Trap is surviving, but he ain't winning, you know? I'm just going to come over. A couple of Zealots going to get grabbed. The Zealot's still going down. The rest of this bio coming over towards the bottom right-hand side. Is going to go pushing through. Zealot's going to continue by. SCV is going to get jumped on. Disruptor shot actually going to go pretty nicely. I mean, that's why you stay in the game, in case you can get to Disruptors and you can get a few good shots in a row. That shot definitely helps, but it's not going to be necessarily enough, and I think that's the only Disruptor we'll see as Clem, I was going to say, is going to take down the Robo facility, but he actually just goes for the mineral line. I'm kind of surprised, honestly. I mean, I feel like the biggest threat to Clem here is not killing 10 workers. I feel like the biggest threat to Clem is 100% the freaking Robo. I mean, you just saw a Disruptor. It just did very well. Actually, this new Disruptor is going to get hit by a Widow Mine. Still lands. I mean, that was completely avoidable if you just killed the Robo. I think that would have been just such a better play. Keep Trap on pure basic gateway units. Prism across the map is putting in work, by the way. 19 SCVs died so far. Trap is holding on, and he is dealing damage, and he's giving Clem something to think about for these future games, because if this is going so, difficultly for you as Clem, if this is such a treacherous game, what are the rest of the games going to look like? Cells will continue to fight. A lot of SCVs going down still. I mean, Trap shows up across the... I mean, I don't know if Trap has ever had enough here to show up across the map and fight properly. I feel like a lot of his fights have gone well because he played very well defensively, and that slight defensive advantage has been enough to kind of give him a little edge. He's killing SCVs, so I mean, Clem's supply still up almost double the army count. Really wants to get this Disrupt. He's going to die for it. That's a miscalculation. He gets it, but he eats a bunch of damage as well. My goodness. Marauders and the Marine continue to come through. So it's going to go for a couple of Marauders there. A couple of those going down. Another Marauder getting picked off. The Bio chasing this down has a +2 attack upgrade lead as well, so it's also better. Seeing our Liberator and more units on the way. Can't believe we're still behind Disruptors. I just can't get over the fact he did not kill that Robo facility. That is genuinely such a shocker to me. I cannot express how surprised I am that he let that Robo live. That just felt like such an obvious target. The last here we are. Disruptors are still being made. Trap is still running units in toward the fourth base, sorry. That is just an orbital there, so it's a little bit susceptible to attack, as Clem may be giving Trap some opportunities. If that was just a planetary, would Clem not just be okay already? Would never have to think about that location. I mean, Clem should just be fine anyways. I actually did have a Disruptor shot. I saw that on the mini-map, but Hobbs didn't jump there quite in time, so the Disruptor got a little connection. But still half the army supply is Trap, man. I mean, if Trap wins it, I'm genuinely amazed if Trap wins this. I just don't see how he ever wins. I'm also just amazed at the fact it's still going. Like I say, I mean, I called this game done and dusted 5 minutes ago. And not just like exaggeratingly done and dusted either. Like, it was really done and dusted 5 minutes ago. And Trap has stayed in it ever since. I imagine, again, a lot of it's just killing off those SCVs, keeping Clem's eco low so he couldn't completely overwhelm Trap, and just having a good enough defense to just about hang on in there still. Just hoping that Clem makes one too many mistakes that he can capitalize on. Fire still coming over, Prism getting chased down, a couple Stalkers being pushed away, Disruptors setting up as well. Super Battery is going to activate. It's going to be seeing the EMP coming down. Prism is hitting some Super Battery healing. That Disruptor doesn't look as though it's going to get away, but the Prism will evacuate it. Clem is going to get rid of the Disruptor now as it tries to fire. Trap will say GG's. I do not know how this game saw the 15-minute timer in the game, but it did. In the top Okay, you know what? Let's go over here. In the top left-hand corner, a blue Terran player who has the 1-0 lead. This is Team Liquid's Clem. In the top right, our red Protoss from Gen G, it is Trap. Let's follow Probe across the map then as we start to go for some scouting in these early stages on Ghost River. Small map, aggressive map typically. Be interesting to see how this goes. LSV's going in after the probe. Just going to be having the Nexus and the Cybercore coming through. Again, Reaper, Orbital, Command Center coming around for the moment. Reaper's going to get a probe kill, picks that off. Nice little grab. Interview with Clem. We can ask. You might not have noticed this, but I'm not much of an interviewer. It's always been one of my weakest points of this whole profession, interviewing. I'm always just like, I'm always just like, damn, that was great. I have nothing to ask you. That was just fun to watch. It's been fun watching him though, right? His TvT looks honestly very good as well. Nexus Corona boosting. I'm just going to be seeing that Reaper coming over. The Adept moving around. Is the Reaper going to pop a grenade in? And Reaper continue to fight. I'm just going to be seeing the Adept take damage. It's usually the same 3 to 5 questions and 3 to 5 answers anyway. But I think that depends on the interviewer, right? If you have a good interviewer, I think they can always make the questions very interesting, very, get very good answers out of someone, but I don't think I'm that person. Starport is coming on the line. We just have our blink coming up as well. Okay, we're coming through the starport coming in. Robo facility building. And yeah, an Adept and a Stalker from Trap continue to get out across the map. Gonna go on a little bit of a journey over there then, so off and away we go. Couple gates, Robo facility coming on through. Waiting for this blink to come in. Blink's about halfway done at the moment. So yeah, gates coming up, Robo coming by. So we've seen our barracks coming up. The Adept going to fire a couple of shots off at that SCV. As we are just going to have the Marines coming up to the high ground. They're going to go in after the Adept. I was going to see the Adept taking some damage. So we've seen those Marines actually trying to get back onto the Adept there and actually going to be able to get it. So a couple of SCVs down, kill the Adept. See what this medevac can do. 2 Widow Mines threatening out to the other side of the map. So going to be threatening to dive into this main base momentarily. And into the main we go. As we just have, again, the couple of racks coming through. The Raven's about halfway done. Stalker's going to blink on underneath the medevac. Widow Mines will burrow. And unfortunately, because you blinked onto the medevac, you lose 2 Stalkers there. That's absolutely worse than losing 2 probes. 2 Stalkers are pretty expensive. And, yeah, losing a couple of them is a shame. I mean, that's a massive win as a Terran player. You will always take a Stalker over a probe, and so to go for 2 for 2 in terms of getting Stalkers on 2 Widow Mines, I think I'm pretty happy about that. It's probably one of the better trades you can have if those Widow Mines only fire once each and you end up losing everything. So, yeah, I think you take that as Clem. It just that situation doesn't arrive a lot because usually the pros would blink away from the mines, but because Trap blinked into the mines to kill the medevac, he then can't blink away, so that kind of, like I said, ends up costing him. As the auto turret here picks off an observer as well. Clem coming straight through for that play. Some archives coming through, the gateway's building up, charger on the way. We've seen our Stimpack combat and +1 all continue to come about. Obviously, when you hit those upgrades, that is when the bio player is going to start feeling extremely comfortable and extremely good in these games. Hellion comes through to pick off a probe as well. Yo, Mayhem, I'm gonna drop the 10 gifted subs. Yo, thank you so much. As Bio gonna get rid of a couple units here. I will, you know what, I think I have a moment to shout those out because this is going a little slow, so shout out to Mayhem, gift now 10 subs, and it gets a +2 from Twitch. Wow, Twitch is really scamming us today, I swear. Going out to Red Sadie Grog, Heinz Kohut, Sikanota, Uzi Neo, Deos, X Magic PTX, Bormochin, Clem, DJ V. Dot, Bladekel, Mio 310823, and Gaga1GGGGG. So I don't know if I'm getting worse at reading Twitch chat names or if like Twitch chat names are just getting more difficult to say or what. I swear I'm getting worse here. Mayhem, thank you so much for the generosity. The 10 gifted subs, taking advantage of that September deal. Twitch giving a cheeky +1 per 5. Thank you so much. Still feeling scammed by Twitch, I'm not gonna lie. I hear everyone else, oh, this guy gifted 5 subs, they got 10 free. It's just not true on our channel. It's an absolute lie. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Mayhem, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm just joking on about Twitch. As I do get our CC coming up, gonna move out to that 3rd base. As that bio gathers up, our Nexus comes through, a few probes gathering in as well. We just have our Mortal continuing to come into play with a +1 upgrade as well. So create quite a beefy army for yourself here as the Prism unloads and the Storm drop is going to be good for a whole chunk of STVs. 11 workers go down immediately. I actually really enjoy the Storm drop on this map because I do actually think as well just having Storm is so good when Clem gets into those aggressive positions. My fear right now is if Clem just commits across the map, do we have units to shut this down? Because your Storm's on cooldown / regain energy. You got 7 High Templars and a lot of Zealots. Well, I mean, you basically need Storms to connect, otherwise you're going to have a bad time. Jumping on this early is great because the Widow Mines get caught before they can burrow. Unfortunately, the High Templars are getting caught before they can Storm. That's not exactly great. High Templars dropping out that prison, but they don't have energy back just yet either. That's what I mean. Do we really manage to find a way to do this? Another High Templar taking shots. I mean, the Zealots are just melting because we haven't gotten rid of enough bio in time, and I think Clem is going to have a little bit too much. Continuing to push on forwards. The Zealots still going down. Stalker and Archon trying to push through as well. I just do not see that being enough at all. And it does look as though Clem, against now 1 Archon and 1 Stalker of his opponent, is likely going to win Game 2 and to take this to a 2-0 lead in our grand finals, as Clem is looking very unstoppable right now. I mean, the Storm Dropper is cool, but like I say, it's a lot of energy spent. I did not agree, as we do have. In the top left-hand corner of the map, our red Protoss player is Genji's Trap. Bottom left-hand side, our blue Terran player from Team Liquid is Clem. Game 3 of the best of 5. Double gas and a proxy racks from Clem right here to set us up on this one. Probe has not been able to go out and scout that. Probe going back through into the main base, trying to see a little bit more of what's going on. Sniper call coming through, and of course we will have ourselves that barracks finishing, so the Reaper will be able to begin. The Probe knows there's no barracks here. We'll see the SCV in a few moments, I'm sure. Clem's actually holding the SCV back to make it difficult to tell whether this is a proper proxy. Yeah, so actually very smart. So he waits with the SCV. What that does is, if you're basing your information, engaging this based off of exactly what you've seen so far, this SCV timing might suggest that the barracks is over here or something, right? So it can maybe make the pros misjudge. Maybe it was also just the timing that the bunker was going to come down nicely in terms of his build, so that could have also been part of the factor. Grenade goes down. Here we're going to hit a few of these probes. First probe will fall. We've seen that bunker coming up. Factory is about to come through. SCV nearly dies, but it is going to get a probe kill the Reaper, and that means the bunker will come up. We can load everything into it. And reactor coming in. SCV and the Reaper coming through. Second Reaper jumps into that bunker, and we'll be able to start going straight after this pylon. So pylon taking some damage. Just going to see the battery going down. Going to actually force a cancel onto that. The bunker continue to put some work in. Pylon still taking hits for the moment. Ping go the Stalkers. But pylon is indeed going to die. So pylon falls. SCV still repairing. The people are coming down. I mean, this is painful already. Just Reaper's putting some damage out. Third Reaper actually is now going to come through. We're going to try and fight the Stalkers. Don't see that every day. Oh my god, the grenade actually saves that Stalker for a moment as it got stuck on its buddies trying to retreat initially. Three Reapers are doing a lot of work here. Trap needs to finish off that SCV. Finally, he will. Now we're going to dive out the bunker again. We're going to go back into it. A few more shots on that hurt Stalker. Target fire the next Stalker again. Going to jump out. Now both the Stalkers are low. So the Reapers, though, as we do lose one Reaper now. Going to get a probe kill. Stalker still low. Shield started regen. We actually dive. Ooh, that Stalker is so low. Just going to jump out, get one more probe. I mean, this has been insane damage. Then again, it's not every day that you see 3 Reapers being made, so yeah, maybe that has some impact. Obviously, losing the pylon and not having a battery to help out in that low ground is really rough, as now Clem has the Cyclone, and he has the Medevac, and he's likely going to go and harass across the map and see if he can find even more damage to capitalize on the position in this game, and the position in this series in Grand Finals, currently up 2-0 in this best of 5. You see our Cyclone's getting grabbed. Medevac going to be overhead there. Stalker's going to try and fight. Good micro from Clem, as we would expect. Kind of unfair. He picks up the wrong Cyclone. What a noob. Yeah, after all of that, he's going to get another Stalker. Clem, we're going to stop showing off now. Okay. He gets another Stalker again with that Cyclone being one hit from death. It does finally go down. It does finally die. Wow. This one. Attack. Raven on the way up. We get all of that ready. As we settle down, just going to be seeing the blink about to finish up as well, so bringing that through too. Obviously, that's going to be something that Trap's going to have to lean upon here a little bit. There's the Marines and Medevac moving forward. A few Stalkers going to get turned back the other direction a little bit as well. Just going to be having the Bio trying to fight. The Stalker's getting turned around the other way. Having ourselves all these upgrades coming in from Clem. I mean, Trap's going to send this up this ramp. Bio doesn't have upgrades yet. There is a tank very safely back, and the Marauders should be enough to kind of hold on to this for the moment. So we will do just that. We'll be able to hold it back for the moment. Stalkers just blinking in. Marauder's going to push back again. A few Stalkers going down. 3 workers going down during this. The Bio holding strong enough. I mean, Trap Supply is already telling you guys what's about to happen here. There is not really much else to say. Another Widowmine shot going to keep things pushed back. I mean, Bio upgrades are now available. Stim just finished, so this is going to be even more one-sided than it already was. GG's and Clem 3-0 in this final. Clem, man, he actually looked kind of